Morning, everybody. On today's video, we are back on the Bonneville. If you remember on the last video, we were messing around with the wiring down here. We got that part of the wiring hooked back up. We got power up to the lights and stuff, and that was about all we managed to get. We were trying to get spark to it to see if we could get the engine to fire, and realized it was just dead. The ignition part of the bike was dead. So what we did is started testing stuff, and we realized that the coils are bad and the points are bad. So we have that stuff that's all on order. It'll be a couple more days before that shows up, so we have to kind of get away from that. But today what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and see if we can get the rest of the light system working. We've been fiddling around with it, and what we need to do is we need to get these switches off first thing and clean the inside of it, because we're just getting intermittent, like a turn signal will go on and then it'll go off, and then one up here will go on and then that'll go off. So we're going to take all this stuff apart, clean it, make sure the ground wires are all hooked up good, and see if we can get the turn signals to work correctly. The tail light needs a new bulb. It only works on the brake light. And we're curious about if this kill switch is working or not. We're going to clean that up and then put it back together, and then we'll kick the bike over again and see if all of a sudden maybe we get a spark. Well, one of the coils should fire the plug. The other one won't, and we should be able to get some fire down there. And we're wondering if this may be bad. We know a fella that has another bike just like this, and he was over here yesterday, and he was telling us on his bike that this switch went bad on him, and it just shuts the bike off. And he kind of hot wired it and got the bike going. So we might fiddle around with that and see if that's the case. If we have to do something with that switch, it might have the ignition just shut completely off. So anyways, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go ahead and get started on that. We're going to take this off and this off, clean it, see if that helped anything. If it didn't, we're going to go ahead and take the lights out and see if the bulbs are in there, if there's crud. There could be bugs in there. Who knows what's up inside there. So let's just go ahead and get started with that, and we'll see what happens. Guys, here's kind of a little example of what's going on here. Okay, we've got the left blinker on, and you can see only the rear one is working. The light's flashing in the headlight. So let's see, this one's not going to do it. Okay, let's go ahead and try the right one, right one. See, now we got nothing on the right one. Okay, now see, it's up in the switch. You got to fiddle with the switch. Now both of these are working. We've got both right turn signals are going now, but you got to jiggle around and play with the switch. It is actually getting better, so that's why I think the contacts up in here might be bad. Let's see if it... Yeah, see, now the left one's not doing anything. Oh. Okay. Yeah, see, now the left one went dead. So we're going to take this thing apart here and do some cleaning on it and see what goes on. All right. This switch has just got a couple screws in it. Get rid of them before I drop and break them. For you guys that are, have worked on British bikes or have had them in the past, used to ride them back in the day, you all know that this Lucas stuff was basically notorious for not working. See, I'm thinking right down in here, you see how this is kind of crudded up? That could be the problem just right there. So let's go ahead and get a little brush in here. It's kind of hard to get into this stuff. It doesn't take much to mess this stuff up. Like I said, this Lucas stuff was never any good from the beginning. Most guys that, if you're not doing a 100-point restoration on a bike, they get rid of these things and get some modern stuff and put in there. You know, if you're going to do a bike that where you're going to be riding it, if you just want a museum piece, you know, you just fix these things up the best you can. And let's see if there's anything else in there. Okay, that seems to be pretty clean. Let's go ahead and stick it back on here. Just see what the heck happens. The headlight works okay. We got high and low beam on the headlight, so okay. Ignition. Okay, the right one's still going. Yeah, that left one doesn't want to go. Let's go ahead and take these. I'm going to take the lenses off. Maybe the bulb's burned out on this one. I think we had, the back one was going. Right one works fine now. Horn works. Okay, let's go in here and see if we got a bad bulb. We've never had this light actually to working. Oh, there's no bulb in it at all. It's all smashed to crap in there. Oh, and then I see our light fell out of the tackle there. That's all right. Okay. Got to get a pliers in there. I'm on it. Oh, crap. There it goes. Almost. Oh. Well, you can see this one is really crudded up bad. And it don't want to come out. Oh, wait, maybe it won't. I got it. Come on. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. This might be a problem. Come on, get out of there. Yeah, we could get, well, we could take that out, but I don't think it'll come out very far because the wires are going to hold it in. Let me get a flat screwdriver and see if I can pry that up a little. Oh, it might be coming out. Come on, you can do it. There, it's coming. Okay. Almost. Wants to come out. Yeah, there we go. Got her. Okay, I'm going to go try to find a bulb. We'll be back in a second here. Okay, guys, we got that bulb out, and this thing is really, it's really corroded in there. We're going to go ahead and shoot some stuff in it. Try to get it cleaned up, get a little wire brush in there or something, and kind of spin it around, see if it's not getting contact for that bulb. And well, you saw the bulb. This is, you know, there's the bulb. So, you know, this is what was in there. So we got to get this cleaned up and shined up and somehow get so it's not getting a ground contact. Everything else on it works. We got headlights now. We got all that stuff. See, it's clicking and our back one's going. Let me poke this bulb back in there a couple of times. Just see if something. Oh, it's burned out. That might help. Another thing, you guys, too, remember on these British bikes, if you're not a British bike guy, don't know anything about it, and you just got one, you're working on stuff, all British motorcycles were positive ground. So be careful when you're hooking your battery up. You don't, you know, you don't hook it up like you normally would for something U.S. made. It's it'll burn the whole thing up. So, okay, here's one with an element or a filament in it. Let's see if this works. No. Okay, bummer. Yeah, see, that should work. See. No. I don't know, just, there we go. Something just, well, we can't be grounded into that because that's plastic. Oh. I wonder if there's a short in that wire. There's no way this can be grounding right now. It's like it wants to work, but okay, it is a ground issue right there. See, now it's working. I'm grounding it to the stem. So why won't it ground when it's back? Ow, that's got hot. It can't. it's working. Let's see if we can put it back together and see if it works. No, once you screw it back in place, it doesn't want to do anything. I got a feeling I know what's going on with it. I think the wire that goes into this socket is probably not good inside there. And it's not grounding. No, it's not grounding at all. Nope. Now we got nothing again. Alright, well, first thing I think we'll do is we're going to get something. If I can get back in here. Oh, that's just that's the ignition wire. Where's the other one? Okay, I think what we're going to do is get back with this little light here in a minute. It's a ground problem. So, like I said, this isn't a ground because this is plastic. This is metal, and we got the ground wire or the power wire going in. That doesn't seem to want to ground all the time. I hate to go into this headlight bucket unless it's necessary. That's kind of a disaster. Let's go back here and stick a new bulb in the taillight and see if we can actually get the taillight to come on. Let me get out here. Yeah, the taillight filament's burned out, so wonder what's up with this. Okay. Right, come on, get in there. There we go. There it goes. All right. Come on. Okay, we got the tail light working. Let's double check and see if the brake light works. Brake light's working. Let's see if it works off of the handlebar switch. Okay. Okay. Oh wait, that's a clutch. Okay, we can't do anything with that. It is working off the pedal, but the reservoir, all this is disconnected up here. So we got to go through this first before we're going to get power through the handlebar switch to the brake light. But we know that it works, so we got to... That's kind of funny. We got to... Somebody's been in here. This brown wire. I'm going to take a look in the book on the wiring diagram and see what this brown wire that's back here is supposed to be for. Okay guys, we got into the taillight and found some other snafu stuff. We got a ground wire here that we hooked up to the ground, and it shorted out the system and blew the fuse. So we're just going to go ahead and, this was taped off, so we're just put the little wire nut on it to kind of just make it a little better. Now on these caps here, I'm going to try to heat shrink them. I don't have, unfortunately, I don't have the perfect size to heat shrink them, but we'll see what happens. There we go. Super hot. That's what you want. Oh, maybe not. Come on. There it goes. All right. That'll be good. A little bit better than just black electrical tape. That down in there. Let's just go ahead and get this taillight on. And we are done with the taillight. So we got headlights, we got taillights, we got brake light, we got right side turn signal, half the left side. We're still having some problems. We got to get in and really clean that socket up in there. I think that's what's going on. It's just too cruddy and corroded, and we're going to take it apart and cut it, clean it some more. It's just not grounded right. Let's double check this. Okay, we got a tail light, and we got a brake light, so we're good with that. All right, so somehow we got to get in. We're going to go back into the switch and see if it's the switch that is still causing us problems. Okay, I think what we're going to do, we got to get this thing off. Get this little plate off of here so we can clean this up really good. Here's another little tip. If you guys are actually interested in British bikes and you want to get an old one, fix it up and stuff, so you're looking around for a bike somewhere to buy. If you run across one that somebody's had stored out in their backyard behind the shed. Okay, damn it. We got to squirt this one. Let me get them loose screws out of here before we lose them. And I'm probably going to lose them. Going to squirt that screw with a little bit of stuff. Whoa, that was a lot of stuff. All right, we're just going to let this sit for a little bit and see what happens. Okay, as I was mentioning about if you're going to get a British bike, if it's been stored outside, just laying out in the weeds somewhere, all this stuff here, all this electrical stuff, every single bit of it, you're going to have to replace. This stuff is just, it's just corrodes so fast. The only reason we're only having a little bit of trouble here is because this bike has been sitting inside for 30 years. Not out in the elements. I can guarantee you none of this stuff will work at all if the bike's been outside for any length of time. So let's get this apart. I'm missing a screw still. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Where the hell is it? Oh, right here in front of me. Okay, what do we got inside of this? Oh, darn it, that doesn't look pretty clean. Oh, there was some crud in there. I don't see anything wrong with that. There are, let me see, there's 2 little screws. I'm going to go ahead and take this out so we can get to the back of the switch. See if, hopefully there's not something broken there. Okay. Oh. That would be pretty nice if we found out that the ignition, most of the problem was in this. And there's a little bugger thing in here, but oh, the ball, oh, that just fell out. I'm going to set this down over here. Just keep it out of the way. Back in here. I don't see anything wrong with this at all. It's just as clean as can be. So, there's one of them things in there. What do I do with the screwdriver? Oh, it's over here. A little, one of them dirt dauber thingies is in here. Oh, that was down where the mirror went. That's why it was in there. Okay, got rid of that. Now, let's go ahead and put this back on. Now here's something too. You see that little ball rolling around in there? That's supposed to go on top of that spring. When you take these things apart, do not lose that little ball. That could have been when I took it apart. That could have been, oh, see, it fell off again. What I need to do is Okay, we got to take a little, we're going to stop here for a second, because what I need to do is I need to get a little dab of grease. Is stick just a tiny little bit of grease on that ball, and then put that ball in there, because you're never going to get it back in there just trying to hold that there and balance everything. So we'll be back here in a second when we find a little bit of grease to put on that. Okay, guys, you see that little dab? That's pretty much all you need. You stick it right there. Now if I can get it off my finger. Okay, right there. And the ball back out. See how hard this is? This is one of them things that, oh shit. Well, let's get the little ball in there first. You can put them other springs back in anytime. Alright, got that. These little springs go in here. Maybe. Maybe. There we go. Get down there. All right. Oh. All right. Okay, guys, we've been messing around with this switch for a while. We took it all apart. Yeah, it's really clean in there. I'm not sure what's wrong, but it definitely is the switch. I took a little jumper wire and went across to the power wire coming into the switch, and the ignition wire. There's the white wire and the white and yellow. When you touch these two together with a little jumper like that, and then you kick the bike over, we got plenty of spark. So we've got a bad cutoff switch here. So now we got to decide what to do with that. If we can get a new switch, I'm not sure why it would not be working. There's really not much to it. It just flips it doesn't really do anything almost. It's like you push it down, and what it does when you push it down, it flips the contact to the ground. So that so the ground wire, that white and red one, that's the ground. And then it just kills the ignition. So when you go back to up here, I don't know, that ball we put in might have fallen off. But that doesn't make any difference, really, because okay, I want to try something else. So we're probably going to have to do it off camera because I need 2 people to do this little test. So we'll do the test, and then get back in and see if it worked. Guys, we fiddled around with that switch for a while here. We took it apart, checked it. It looked real clean, put it back together, didn't work. What happened is the little freaking ball fell off when we were trying to reassemble it. These things are a pain in the butt, believe me. But we just did it again, got the ball on, got it back together, and miraculously, we got fire. Plugs are firing. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Oh. Okay. Oh, I could see it way up here. You should be able to see something, maybe. There you go. I saw that on the camera. So, we got fire. Only problem is we don't have the carb kits yet, so we can't hook any fuel up to it. So basically, we're kind of done with the electrical. We got this little switch. We're soaking that screw again. We still can't get one of them, that little screw out back there to get in here and clean. So we're just putting some, anti-seize stuff or whatever you call it, penetrating oil in there. Hopefully we can get that little screw out. We can get this out. We can clean everything, and and then go with that. So I think next. I think the next thing we're going to do is actually we got to get this throttle cable fixed. We got to take it apart at the junction, and we've got a new upper get that on. So then when we get the kits, we can put the carburetors on and they'll work. We're gonna soak the tank. We're gonna go ahead and fill it with some white vinegar and leave it sit. The petcocks are all been cleaned up. I can't get any replacements for those right now. The company's out of stock, so gotta wait a while, but at least one of them works, and once we go to fuel this up, we can get enough fuel to, you know, fire the bike. So we're going to do that. We're going to soak the tank. Maybe try to get this screw out one more time today before we end the video, and just kind of go with that. We got all the turn signals work, and this one is just iffy. Sometimes it works if you kind of play with it, and sometimes it doesn't. So we just got to get it cleaned. We're going to put this back together. I've been working on this. There's something in there. It's like in this spring, there's like, I thought it was like a spider web or bugs, or what's like glue or something. You can see, I don't know if you can see that. But see all that stuff in there? That's like hard. It's shiny. It's like somebody glued the spring or something in there one time. So we want to try to clean this without getting in here. This could turn out to be an absolute nightmare if we pull this headlight off and try to get in there. I don't want to do that unless it's 100% necessary. If we can get this clean and working, we're good for it. So that's our next move. We're going to put these back on. We're going to get this upper throttle cable put back on so we can get this secured. And then that'll probably be it for today, because we got to wait for some parts. Hopefully they show up, you know, today or tomorrow. So, okay, let's go ahead and get this back together, and then we'll get back with you. Okay, fellas, little summary here on what we did today. We got the turn signals working. We put a new flasher in. We got everything going. This switch inside here on the left front light's not working too good yet. We don't got that figured, but there's a bunch of corrosion in there. So we took this apart, cleaned it up. There's a little plate in here that works the switch. We got that sitting over there getting soaked in the cleaner. That should be good. We got this side fixed. We got the cutoff switch here fixed, clean that, and now we have spark. So all the stuff we ordered, you know, that we weren't getting the spark, we don't need, because now we got spark. We got the tail light fixed, turn signals fixed, we got spark, we got this going. We're kind of waiting to get that little piece cleaned, and we were waiting for the carb kits. We got the wrong carb kits the first time. They should be here, I'm hoping today or tomorrow. Our next job is going to be, we're going to put the carbs on. Oh yeah, we got the tank sitting over here being soaked. It's filled with vinegar, white vinegar. We're going to slosh that around, throw some nuts and bolts and shit in there, and rattle that thing around good. Get it all cleaned out. Once we get the carburetors put back together, get them on the bike, the tank will be clean. We can mount that, throw some gas in it, and fire this baby up. And once we get it all fired up, actually, we could probably take it for a little ride just to kind of see how it, you know, goes. It's all, you know, everything is still all together on it, so there wouldn't be any reason why I couldn't drive it a little bit just to kind of see what's happening with it. But that's our next thing, carburetors, starting it. Oh, we got to change the oil first before we run it at all. We can start it, but I'm not going to run it. Well, I don't think there's any oil in it. It should have a dipstick on it. No, it's bone dry, so we got to get some oil. Or at least it's down past the dipstick. Well, we'll drain it, put some new oil in it before we run it very much, and see if the clutch works. You know, see if the brakes actually do work. We got to bleed them. But anyways, we're making progress. We should have it in the next video. I think we should probably have this thing running. You can hear it run. So anyways, with that, you know, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up, like thing, all that kind of stuff. Leave comments. And I'll just see you on the next video.